This is today's sound in music. This is the star of today's music, the perfect combination for entertainment. You're set on the LeRoy Van Dyke Show, coming to you from Country Band Shell. And here's the star of the show, LeRoy Van Dyke. You came on in instead of Ferlin. Well, I'm mighty glad you're here. It's great the way I feel today, and everything is A-OK. You bet gets that we're gonna spread some cheer. Well, here we go, songs to give, not selling. Here's the part you're gonna like real well. Not one, not two, not three, not four. We're gonna keep going till we hit the floor. We got the guest book out today to see who's a-coming along our way. Flipped the pages, came to a stop, and Ferlin the Husky was right on top. Well, I'm glad we didn't walk on by. Sit back, relax for just a while. Your smile has run the limit to the sky. It's great when you cooperate. Now we can have a real high time, and I'm just itching to let the whole thing fly. I'm mighty glad, mighty glad, mighty glad, I'm mighty glad you didn't walk on by. Hello again, and welcome to the show. We've got a whole washer full of good songs, and let's hang out this one to dry for a start. What you say? Seems I always have to slip around to be with you, my dear. Slipping around, afraid we might be found. I know I can't forget you, and I gotta have you near. But we just have to slip around and live in constant fear. I guess I had it coming. There's nothing I can do. I know I've made mistakes, dear, but I'm so in love with you. I hope someday I'll find a way to bring you back again. Then I won't have to slip around to have your company. I guess I had it coming, and there's nothing I can do. I know I've made mistakes, dear, but I'm so in love with you. I hope and pray I'll find a way to bring you back to me. Then I won't have to slip around to have your company. Then I won't have to slip around to have your company. Does he kiss you like I used to kiss you? Does he hold you like I used to do? Does he whine you and dine you? Does his kiss remind you of me when our love was still new? Does he hold you like I always held you? Is he worried like I used to be? Will you take him and break him and finally forsake him and make him like I used to do? How will it feel when you're gone? Will it miss you like I've always missed you? Will he long for the things that can't be? Will love leave an ember he'll always remember? Well then, he's the memory of me. Well then, he's the image of me. You know, of all of our guest performers, none have seemed to please you any more than Ferlin Husky. We're mighty happy to have him back with us, and especially with one of his biggest hit songs, Wings of a Dove. On the wings of a snow-white dove, he sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above. On the wings of a dove, when troubles surround us, when evils come, the body grows weak, the spirit grows numb. When these things beset us, he doesn't forget us. He sends down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow-white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. When Noah had drifted on the flood many days, he searched for land in various ways. Troubles he had some, but wasn't forgotten. He sent him his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow-white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a dove. I kissed my darling Susie goodnight, told her I'd see her next day. I was on my way home when I heard those shots, and I saw that man running away. 5 steps away from the scene of the crime, that's where I stood when they nabbed me. 5 steps away from the man who was shot, that's where the sheriff grabbed me. Why did I have to pick up that gun? Why did I have to be the one? 5 steps away from the scene of the crime, 5 steps away. 4 steps away and my courtroom trial sat a man with a scar on his cheek. He was the one I saw run away after dropping his gun in the street. As I heard sentence passed on me, life in the penitentiary, I sat 4 steps away from the man who was guilty, 4 steps away. steps away from the jailhouse door, I saw my chance to escape. I had to see Susie one more time, just had to make that break. I ran like I never ran before. Now here I am at Susie's door, 2 steps away from my darling's door, 2 steps away. Susie rushes to my arms, I tell her they're on the trail, but I had to see you one more time before I go to jail. With tears in her eyes, she's telling me that man confessed and now you're free. And I was 1 step away from a life without Susie, 1 step away, 1 step away. Thank you, Ferlin. Thank you. You know, I appreciate that because you're one of the greats in the music business, and not only that, you happen to be one of my favorite performers.
Thank you, LeRoy. You got a good bait there.
Well, I thought maybe that'd bring you around to maybe getting you to kind of letting me in on your act with a song or something, you know?
Yeah, well, I just happened to bring my guitar.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, huh?
You got the line, and I'll get the pole. We'll go fishing.
All right, that's a good idea.
Crawdads,
All right, that's good enough. That's pretty.
You get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go fishing in the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine.
You sing one.
Yonder come a man with a sack on his back, honey. Yonder come a man with a sack on his back, baby. Yonder come a man with a sack on his back, got all the crawdads heat and pack, honey, yeah, baby. Your turn.
Yonder comes a man across that field, honey. Yonder comes a man across the field, baby. Yonder comes a man across that field, he's a-kicking up dust like an automobile, honey, baby mine.
Over the hill and through the levee, honey.
Over the hill and through the levee, babe. Over the hill and through the levee,
Grandma's coon dog treat the devil, honey,
sweet baby mine.
Oh, yeah, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey.
You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole, and we'll go fishing in the crawdad hole, honey, baby. My Everly Brothers ain't nothing.
I ain't got it.
Yonder comes a lady with a little bitty hat, honey. Yonder comes a lady with a little bitty hat, baby. Yonder comes a lady with a little bitty hat. The hat's all right, but the head's too fat, honey, baby mine. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, baby. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go fishing in the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. How about one more? What are you gonna do when the pond goes dry, honey?
You got it, I forgot the word.
What are you gonna do when the pond goes dry, babe? What are you gonna do when the pond goes dry? Sit on the bank and watch the crawdads die, honey, baby mine. Honey, baby mine. One more time. Honey, baby mine. You know, the auctioneers are always ready at the drop of a hat to swing out on a good, solid instrumental. Here's one that Jack Eubanks had a great big hand in whipping up. He calls it the wrap-up. has a sense of humor, and as most of you know, that comes through not only on personal appearances, but also in his records. He can always come up with a hit love song that, to say the least, is quite different. Here he is with one called Timber I'm Falling.
Timber, I'm calling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. Well, timber, I'm falling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. Well, you're my little baby, I don't mean maybe. You got me wearing my brand new shoes. Well, I like your walking, I like your talking. Good morning, sunshine, goodbye, blue. Well, timber, I'm falling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. Well, timber, I'm falling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. Well, I'll ask your mama, I'll ask your papa, if they will give me $6 payment. You got the hubby, I've got the money, $2 cash and the preacher man. Well, timber, I'm falling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. In timber, I'm falling, true love is calling. Timber, I'm falling, in love with you. I gave my love a cherry without a stone. I gave my love a chicken without a bone. I gave my love a ring without an end. I gave my love a baby with no crying. How can there be a cherry without a stone? How can there be a chicken without a bone? How can there be a ring without an end? How can there be a baby with no crying? A cherry, when it's blooming, it has no stone. A chicken, when it's pippin', it has no bone. A ring, when it's rolling, it has no end. A baby, when it's sleeping, there's no crying. These hands ain't the hands of a gentleman. These hands are callous and old. These hands raise a family. These hands build a home. Now these hands raised to praise the Lord.
task, then what more could one ask? For these fingers have worked to the bone. Now don't try to judge me by what you'd like to be, for my life ain't been much success. Though some people have power, yet still they grieve, while these hands brought me happiness. I'm tired and I'm old and I ain't got much gold. Maybe things ain't been all that I planned, but God above, hear my plea when it's time to judge me. Take a look at these hard working my thanks to Ferlin Husky for being our guest, and you can bet he'll be invited again and again and again. We also invite you to join us when you can, and until then, stay loose and bye-bye, everybody.